Hey guys, it's Dustin from Dusty Cartridge. Today I wanted to make a quick video just going over a couple opinions that I had regarding the Steam Deck. One thing that I really can't get over with the Steam Deck is how heavy this device is and how large it is. It's a great device for being at home, relaxing on your couch, maybe laying in bed and playing. But as soon as you try and carry this thing around, you suddenly need a case to put it in or some bag, something where you can protect it and put it away. It's not fitting in your pocket. So recently, I've gotten into the retro handheld gaming space, and so I purchased the Miyoo Mini Plus and the Anbernic RG35XX SP. And I kind of just want to go over a couple of things that I've noticed as someone that's recently got into this space. So one thing of note is these devices are very, very small compared to the Steam Deck. Again, I'll give a quick size comparison. You can see the Steam Deck is bigger than my head, whereas the Miyoo Mini Plus is smaller than my hand. This device is easily going to slide in and out of your pocket without any friction. It's going to disappear. You're not even going to notice it's there. Now, these devices are obviously not going to play games that are high-end like Cyberpunk or Baldur's Gate or Doom, but they are going to play NES all the way up to PS1 for the most part. They might struggle a little bit on some PS1 games, but most of them they'll do just fine. The battery life on these is pretty great. For the most part, you're going to be getting somewhere around 5 to 8 hours. That's typically what I see. Obviously, this is going to depend on what's your brightness, do you have Wi-Fi on, do you have Bluetooth on, is your volume maxed out, etc. For me, these devices are a nice middle ground. You know, I don't want to get rid of my Steam Deck. I love my Steam Deck, it's a great device. But being able to actually throw something into your pocket without having to worry about carrying an extra case, without having to worry about, oh, is this going to weigh me down? The Steam Deck weighs a few pounds. This device weighs half a pound, maybe half a pound. These devices are great. And this is also great for someone that's wanting to play retro games, wanting to have an emulation device, but doesn't want to spend $400, $500 on a Steam Deck. I got this on Amazon for $70. I think you can get it for $20 or $30 less on AliExpress if you're willing to wait for the longer shipping time, but for me, I'd rather just pay the $20 and get it in 2 days. Now this, along with my Anbernic, these two devices have become my main devices. I bought the Steam Deck initially for emulation. I wanted something I could lay in bed with, I wanted something I could play on the go, and I quickly found out that the Steam Deck is just not really a great device for playing on the go, at least not for me. Maybe you're fine with putting it in a case and throwing it over your shoulder, but I want something that I can pull out of my pocket while I'm sitting on the toilet and play for like 5 minutes and then quickly put away. And something like the Anbernic with its hinge design, very, very obviously a copy of the Game Boy Advance SP, this allows you to easily just flip it closed, it goes into a sleep state, throw it into your pocket, you forget it's there. But the Steam Deck is not going in your pocket. The Anbernic will. And for $50, $70, whatever the case may be, being able to play NES all the way up to PS1 is just absurd. I know there's a lot of other handheld devices like the Odin 2 or the Retroid Pocket 5. Those devices, though, are going to be well over $200 for the most part. $50 to $70, you cannot beat this. Another thing about playing games on this device, specifically Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance, is this just feels like how those games were meant to be played. My first handheld device when I was a kid was the Game Boy Advance SP. Me and my brother got one each for Christmas from our grandmother when we were, I want to say 10 or 11 years old. And playing this type of device, this form factor, just brings me so much nostalgia. The first game I booted up on this device was the same game that I played on my Game Boy Advance SP that I had as a kid, which is Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Being able to play this comfortable form factor is just so much better than the Steam Deck. Now again, don't get me wrong, this is not going to replace the Steam Deck. This is not playing Baldur's Gate, this is not playing Doom, this is not playing Cyberpunk, but this will play Pokemon, this will play 2D Zelda games, This will play the 2D Final Fantasy games. This will play Donkey Kong Country. Like, it's going to play all of your Retroid games, but it's not going to completely replace your Steam Deck. It's just a good secondary option to have with it, and that's why I recommend getting one of these devices. If you're looking into getting your first handheld Retroid device, I would recommend either the Miyoo Mini Plus or the Anbernic RG35XX SP. They're both great choices. They're both very cheap. They can easily be had for under $100. They both perform very well. They have great options for customizability, such as custom firmware. You can put custom themes. You can scrape box art and put them on here. These devices are great options for someone that just wants to play retro games and not spend a fortune. That being said, while these are my two first retro devices, I will be making a review video on the Anbernic RG35XX-H. So the difference between the 35XX SP and the 35XX-H is the H is a horizontal form factor device, obviously no hinge. That device will be coming in tomorrow, and I will be making a video comparing the Miyoo Mini Plus, the SP, and the H. They kind of fill the form factors that are available. So you have the Miyoo Mini Plus is vertical, you've got the SP, which is flip, and you've got the H, which is horizontal. So look forward to that video. That'll be coming out in a couple days.